you in this game now, in Japan no less, in the times in Japan where they could just lob your head off for no reason. Don't worry, you can now not only be a black samurai in samurai times, you can also be a gay black samurai, and in the Assassin's Creed Shadows game. So you can be Yusuke having gay sex with some other Japanese dude.
Yusuke.
Yeah.
Well, you could. The thing is even in Valhalla, you were able to have gay.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I want to explain. So I have a video coming out tomorrow that talks more about this. But basically, the reason why this kind of like romance options in Assassin's Creed was not a big deal before was because the character you were playing was always a fictionalized character within a historical setting. So because Eivor in Valhalla wasn't real, for example, right? Yeah. Or Bayek in Assassin's Creed Origins in Egypt, you're able to play with the history of that area because you have the historical figures in place, right? You have Cleopatra, you have all these people, Caesar and whatever, but the character you're playing is not real. So that's how you're able to have that wiggle room to have the fun. The problem with Shadows is the fact that Yasuke is apparently a real person. So essentially Ubisoft is projecting their different romance options, whatever, onto what is allegedly a real person. And like in an example that I make in my video that comes out tomorrow is that like that would be like watching a biopic about Mike Tyson, but they just decide to make Mike Tyson gay for no reason, even though he wasn't gay.
They do that and stuff all the time. They do alt history all the time. There's
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's so stupid. You like so like basically what Ubisoft has done pretty much is they have written themselves into a corner with this basically. So I'll explain like this. If Yasuke's real and they gave you all the different romance options, then that is basically, in a sense, cultural appropriation of Yasuke as a human being. On the flip side, they could have the multiple romance options, but then they would have to agree that Yasuke never existed and wasn't a real person. Then it'd be fine if he had this because then he didn't exist. But then if he doesn't exist, it goes against their whole narrative that he's the first black samurai and all that. So they've kind of put themselves in a real bind here. And honestly, if I was Ubisoft, I mean, this is a terrible idea to begin with, but in the future, because obviously Assassin's Creed won't end, they should never, ever in the future allow you to play a historical figure ever again as a main character. The only other time that I can recall in an Assassin's Creed game where you can play a historical figure is in the opening of Odyssey, when you get to play as King Leonidas. Mm-hmm. But that's more of a tutorial to show you the battle between the 300 and all that. So that was fine. You know what I mean? It wasn't like you're playing Leonidas and he's shooting a machine gun randomly or something. So it's fine. But this, what they're doing with Yasuke here,
they made it into a gay fanfic.
No matter what they go, whatever angle they go with, they're basically cooked no matter what.
So Japan, the Japanese people are so mad. My Japanese viewership on my channel has risen because of my videos on this.